Do you procrastinate? Do you want to solve this problem to make decisions too fast? In this video, I'm going to talk about this. Here I have a book, Think and Grow Rich, from Napoleon Hill. He was a great man. I love him. God bless him. He wrote this book. Here we have the chapter on decision. I'm going to read the first paragraph of this book, this chapter, chapter 8. Decision, the mastery of procrastination. Accurate analysis of over 25,000 men and women who have experienced failure disclose the fact that lack of decision was near the head of the list of the 30 major causes of failure. This is no mere statement of a theory. It's a fact. I read the first paragraph of this book from Napoleon Hill. Now I'm going to talk about procrastination and making decisions. Be here on this whiteboard. I'm going to teach you. Why do you procrastinate? I know, and you know also. You know deep down in your heart that you want to do that great mission. You know it is good for you, for me, and also for all other people. It's a good idea to go and do that. But you keep procrastinating and you keep going. You keep going doing other things except doing what you really want to do. In fact, you ignore your desire. But here is the case. Look, this represents our brain. Here, our body. And now, the pure energy constantly is flowing into your brain, into my brain. Energy flows to our brain. And we, you, me, we all, we have the privilege and power to make out of this energy. Look, which energy? The energy that flows to our brain constantly. We have the power to create out of this energy whatever we want. We can create positive, we can create negative. Here, in our consciousness, we can create positive, we can create negative, positive and negative. What is the relation between this, what I read from this book, and procrastination and making decisions? The reason you procrastinate simply is because of the inflow of the pure energy that comes to your brain and your memory, the brain cells. The current brain cells that you have in your brain. Here. It is here in your brain. You have billions of brain cells. In these brain cells, you have impregnated what? Impregnated beliefs. About what? About yourself, others, environment. And now, these beliefs, they are in your brain cells, all over your brain. And they are controlling the way you make decision, the way you think and feel. So why do you procrastinate? It's just because of your current paradigm or current belief system that keeps your brain based on the neural pathways or neurons that have been developed in your brain. Look, you have billions of brain cells. In these brain cells, you have impregnated, you have recorded data, information, your past failures, your victories, your successes. All positive and negative experiences have been recorded in your brain. And now, your brain takes those data. Then the pure energy flows to you, to your brain. And you as a man, as a mankind, you decide consciously or unconsciously to think this way, to feel this way, and to do that or not to do that, based on your recorded data. So here, why do you procrastinate? Why? Because of your own current belief system that you have the power to change it, to learn more about yourself, about environment, about the world, about your brain, how your brain operates, how energy works, how you as a mankind have been engineered to operate, to become successful, why we have poor people, why we have all these disasters all over the world. Why don't we have more love? Why should we have love? Look, all these are interconnected to one thing, to you, to know who you are. If you know who you are and how your brain operates, then you're not going to procrastinate. You're going to understand who you are, that you are a person who starts thinking too fast. Start thinking too fast and make decisions fast. You may say, how can I make decisions fast? I'm going to teach you here. It's all connected to your thoughts. Look, your thoughts are too powerful because your thoughts and emotions are electromagnetic force. Your thoughts are electrical particles and your emotions are magnetic particles. Here, I'm going to draw a simple sample of our teaching. So here we have our brain. This represents our brain. Here is our body. Here, you have memory. Okay? Now, this memory keeps you where you are. But how can you start thinking faster? This is just basic information. So be aware of that. How can we make decisions fast? With having our current memory. Look, energy flows. It flows to our consciousness here. When energy flows to our consciousness, we have the opportunity now either to let our five senses here control our thinking by what we see in front of our eyes. If we do so, here we see what? We see negativity, we see lack, right? We see bad things that we don't want them. Now, if we let our five senses to take this information, here we are going to start thinking negatively. Therefore, we are not able to make decisions. In fact, you're going to keep procrastinating forever. What Napoleon Hill said in the book. He said, the head of the cause of failure after 25,000 people that he talked with them, analyzed their results. He realized that lack of decision, procrastination, is the cause of failure in their life. How it happens? Too simple. You let your 5 senses, your 5 senses, they take information via your environment, and it is also negative. It is what you don't want, right? And here in your consciousness, you start thinking negative thoughts, and then you're going to create new brain cells of what you don't want in your brain. Here, look here, because we said when you learn something, you're creating new brain cells. When you take those negative information here, you're going to create new brain cells about what you don't want. In fact, you're going to take information via your 5 senses that you don't want and record them and create big neural pathways in your brain. That's all. And now, this keeps you stuck. This keeps you procrastinating. If you want to make decisions too fast, what is the other way? Look, here you have the 5 senses, right? The other way is start. Using your marvelous and great, it is too incredible. People, it is really incredible. I don't know by what kind of words to describe this power that we have. We all have. It is imagination. You have the power to use your imagination instead of using your own 5 senses. I don't mean that don't use your 5 senses. I do mean that if we want to make decisions too fast, become successful, we should use our imagination as well, because it is not childish. Imagination, it is not for babies, children to imagine. No. It is for humanity, We are all human beings. We need to use our imagination. Don't sabotage your own imagination, because it is your most powerful tool that Lord God has given to you. It's for you. You must start using your imagination. Look here, Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich, we have a chapter about imagination. We have a chapter here, it's about imagination. Imagination is the most powerful tool that we have. I'm going to find it. Yes, it's here. I'm going to read a little bit from this. Imagination, the workshop of the mind. It is your workshop. It is a place that you sit there and start thinking and making decisions. Where? In your imagination. There, Napoleon also wrote about this, in your imagination. I'm going to read a little bit from I'm going to read the first paragraph. The imagination is literally the workshop wherein all fashioned, all plans created by man. All plans, all plans created by man, they're in imagination. You should start using your imagination as well if you want to stop procrastinating and making decisions too fast. I know you do so. The impulse, the desire is given shape. Look, shape, form, and action. Shape, form, and action. Through the aid of imaginative faculty of the mind. Here, if you want to make decisions too fast, you have to start. Firstly, you have to stop letting your five senses take control from your environment, and control your thinking and feeling, and keep you doing the same things and fail. Instead of that, you must start using your own powerful imagination. To do what? To imagine your plans, to imagine all what you want. If you want to create something, anything, if you want to do anything meaningful, start using your imagination. Firstly, do it, analyze, look, shape it, create it. What Napoleon says, he said, we create all plans by the man in our imagination. Shape it, create it in your imagination, then it will become, of course, reality if you persist. Otherwise, you will fail. So here, how can you stop procrastinating? Simply by understanding, studying about yourself to know who you are. That's all. Secondly, how can you make decisions too fast? By using your own imagination. That's all. I know it is a little too high level. Maybe you have a lot of questions. Please let me know your questions, perceptions. If this material helps you, let me know in the comments. Share your story, share your success stories. Share and let me know, let the others also know how this material change your life. And beside that also, I'm going to make new videos about imagination, about brain, about five senses, about self-image, about the brain waves, all other things. Please also let me know which kind of videos do you like mostly. Let me know that I can make videos and teach you on these topics. Love you all. Be happy. Till the next videos.